Casino Royale is a 2006 James Bond film. In fact, it's sort of a reboot to the series, which some people would say was much needed. This film is directed by Martin Campbell, and the plot is we see James Bond, this time played by Daniel Craig. He gets promoted to 007 status. So his first official mission is to go undercover to this poker game that this international investment banker for terrorists is having to possibly win over $100 million. So Bond has to stop this guy from winning this money because this would result in numerous terrorist acts happening. But not only that, when Bond gets in to this, he realizes there's a lot more going on with this story. Now, what I think of Casino Royale is I love this movie. This is definitely, without a doubt, one of my favorite James Bond films of all time. What I love the most is the fact that this is a reboot. It creates a lot of opportunity to explore this character in ways we haven't been able to before. Because in the original films, he's always been a 007 agent, and he's always been at that level of sort of cold-hearted, heartless, and all about the mission. Where here, we see him a little bit before that, and we see him making mistakes. We see him sort of becoming that Bond that we know and love. And watching that process is fascinating. Not only that, Daniel Craig, man, I gotta say that Daniel Craig is my favorite James Bond. He's amazing. He's awesome. Just everything about the way he plays the character, how he's so hardened, but at the same time, he's still charismatic and he's still confident, the way how you want James Bond to be. One other thing that I love about this film is Eva Green. Eva Green as Vesper Lynn. She is Bond's partner in this operation. She's also an agent. I love everything about her character, and her as an actress. She is beautiful. She's gorgeous. So Eva Green as a Bond woman is perfect in more than one way, because not only does she have the look, she has the acting chops to go along with it. The scene where she gets introduced to Bond and they're going back and forth and she's keeping up with him, not only with intellect, but just being able to read each other. And even those moments where she opens up and you see just how hard it hits her when she sees people die in front of her. It's not a surprise at all that James Bond himself eventually falls so deeply in love with her, because I'm sitting there going, yeah, this woman is perfect. Also, Mads Mikkelsen. He plays Lashif. He is the investment banker for the terrorists. I really like this actor. There's something about him that's so creepy. He looks like a villain, not only because of the cut that's on his eye, and he has the glass eye, and every time he sort of gets uncomfortable, it starts to bleed, but even the way he plays this poker game with Bond, how Bond is so sure that he can read this guy, his mannerisms, being able to tell if he's bluffing, but then he outsmarts Bond. And I've heard some people complain that this movie is just a glorified poker game, that they came to see a Bond film and they just saw people playing cards. The joke is funny. That's funny to say that about this film, but I feel like they put so much intensity into these scenes. That might sound funny, but like the one moment where Bond, they poison him because he's getting too good at this, and he literally almost dies right there. There's so much that goes into those scenes when they're playing poker that I think work so well. And if anyone tries to say this is boring, look, the action in this movie is ridiculous. At the beginning, there's this chase scene where you've never seen James Bond be so physical, and that's even more reason why I'm saying Daniel Craig is my favorite Bond. He's in the best shape. The fighting scenes that he has, I'm just so blown away by what he brings to the table here. This script is so all over the place, but in a good way. There's so much in this movie. The movie's over 2.5 hours long, and I'm never bored. I'm even more interested to see what leaps and turns this film takes me for. It reminded us what type of films the Bond movies could be, what they have potential to be. Clearly, I love everything about Casino Royale. It's one of my favorite James Bond films of all time. Let me know in the comments below if you have seen this movie and what did you think of it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Later!